Hello there. My name is Christopher Smead, here to talk to you about the difference between volunteer firefighters and career firefighters, and why I believe that the fire service should still incorporate volunteer firefighters over having a full career staff. A little background on myself. I've been firefighting since 2013 as a volunteer. So that puts almost 10 years there. But I've also been a career firefighter since 2018. Now, I love this job very much, but I believe that volunteer firefighters are still needed because it is a skill and task that a lot of people are still out there trying to help out their community, wanting to help out their community and serve their community. So let's go over some of the volunteer pros and cons. So some pros for a volunteer: they dedicate their own time, which means that it shows that they have the heart, the spirit, and then want to help out their community or city or county, wherever they're at. The keeps the fire tax down. Um, if there's a good response for the volunteers. Now, normally your fire tax for the volunteers is going to be a little bit higher, but not too much. The training for volunteer firefighters is normally free instead of the agency or city putting millions of dollars towards a training program, because a lot of it is in-house. It also can bring in more experience from other fire departments. You're still looking at about 80% of the United States being volunteer firefighters, which is still a lot of people out there giving their own time. It helps stretch out a budget if there is a full volunteer staff or combination staff. So that yearly budget for fire can get stretched out just a little bit further. And recruiting is a lot easier for volunteers. Um, the cons for the volunteers are normally they're underappreciated, which then can demotivate the volunteer from doing his or her job. Uh, Another con is normally when they're doing training, it's only in the evening, normally 1 day a week, very basic training, not a lot of advanced training. And the other biggest con is most volunteers, they do it for completely free. Now, if they do get some type of monetary stipend or cash payment monthly or quarterly, it's not a lot. It's normally very minimum. It might be enough to cover the gas that they use for the month to responding to the station or to the call. Now, when it comes down to career firefighters, the pros are a little bit better. All right. So one, the fire tax is a little bit higher. The reason why, you get a better service, better response time, and better trained personnel. Normally, they are training every day when they're on shift. They get benefits, unlike a volunteer. Volunteer might be covered very minimally if they get hurt while on scene, not off scene. or off duty, but a career firefighter, pays for his own medical and stuff like that. Sorry about that. Physical fitness is higher. They're normally in better shape. The reason why is because while on shift, they are normally mandated an hour or two for physical fitness, which keeps them in better firefighting abilities. They have a faster response time to the incident scene, and they are more aware of their apparatus status. As a volunteer, another con there is apparatus normally will go down or out of service because of minor things that they didn't catch that might have been happening for weeks. Now, a con for a career firefighter is they're exposed to trauma and they have a higher chance of getting hurt while on shift. They normally will work long days. Shift is anywhere between 24 to 72 hours a week. And it could be on like a rotating schedule, so very minimal time with their family. Again, the fire tax is a little bit higher, which some people don't mind, but I know a lot of older people in certain communities don't like to pay that extra because they know they can still get some type of response from a volunteer. The pay is extremely low. If you're in a rural city, maybe a county department, so they're not there to make it to be paid good. They're still there to serve the community. Also, they might have to cross staff because of manning. So cross staffing means they're going to have to man 2 to 3 apparatuses at their station while on shift. And that could be 3 firefighters or 4 firefighters, 2 on one and 1 on each of the others, or depending on what the call dictates. But as you can see on my shirt, I'm a volunteer lieutenant for Escambia County. We're a combination department. We still have roughly 40% volunteer, and then the rest is career. It helps keep the community involved, and the working environment is normally pretty good between the career and volunteer. The reason why I think volunteers are still needed is, one, it gives that person a chance to feel needed if they are wanting to help their community. 2, it allows some better work schedules for the career. At my station, we have a day crew. They work from 7 to 4. After that, it's all volunteer, and then on the weekend it's all volunteer. So the career staff doesn't lose out on the weekend with their family, so they still get a lot more time. We still train. We've been pushing training pretty heavily lately. We train anywhere between one night to a couple nights a week. Sorry again. Got a cold. So, but taking volunteers out completely is not the right answer. Having a combination department would be the best answer. Again, the fire tax is low. The apparatus status is better. I mean, you have a career crew looking at the truck. Then you also have a volunteer crew looking over that truck too. So it gives you multiple sets of eyes instead of it's the same 4 or 3 people that are on shift. Because career firefighters do get complacent. Not saying volunteers don't, but it still happens. The biggest thing is, again, given the opportunity to serve for your community. I know it's very very seldom that someone wants to help out, but we here at Escambia County have been able to recruit multiple people, and even if they're there just to get the basic training to be certified, I can see it in their eyes that they want to learn, they want to help out, and that they have chose the right direction for their off-duty times from their normal job. It also gives that person something else to do instead of just going to work day in, day out and not doing anything. So volunteers are still needed in the fire service. Thank you, and have a nice day.